supremacy.
Alright, what's going on, guys? It's Valrico here, and today I'm bringing you some Destiny 2 Crucible multiplayer gameplay. This is on one of the newer maps. I guess it's the new map. Like, there's a couple of them, 2 or 3 maybe. From the, whatever that DLC was called, Crucible Osiris. And I just recorded this today, actually, so this is hot and fresh off the presses. But I want to talk about the Hunter class. In my opinion, I feel like the Hunter class is head and shoulders the best class. Or I don't even know if you would call it class. I think it's just character or whatever. But the best character on the game for Crucible. Now, to me, it doesn't really matter what class you use or character you use for the PvE, raids, or whatever you want to call it, strikes, anything of that nature. To me, it doesn't actually really matter. I played with the Titan. This game, first of all, this game's been out for 2 months. I played with the Titan, and I just recently switched to the Hunter. And I like the Hunter way more than the Titan. And it is head and shoulders above the other classes for a bunch of reasons in Crucible. And I'll explain that here in a minute. But I want to talk about, you know, the fact that I don't think it really does matter what class you use for the PvE. But me personally, I'm a PvP. I just want to kill other real people. That's all I want to do in every game. Those are my favorite things to do. Fuck other people up. PUBG, Call of Duty, whatever. I like multiplayer. I like to play against other real people. I don't mind the strikes. I don't mind the raids. But if I had it my way, I really wouldn't want to do any of that. I wish I could just unlock the guns through playing the Crucible, and I wouldn't have to do strikes to get good loots and things of that nature. I would just rather play Crucible all day. That's what I would want to do. But that's not the way this game's designed, so it's not really a big deal. But as you can see, I'm using the Foe Tracer helmet. Alright. There is another helmet that is an exotic, just like this one, called the Foe Tracer, which means that when you shoot somebody, you can see their little a little highlight of them through the wall. That's very powerful for Crucible. But Hunter is so OP, they have one of the best exotics for Crucible ever invented. One of the best exotic armors, and that is the Knucklehead Radar. And basically what that is you can see the radar while you're aiming down sights. In my opinion, they shouldn't have to have, you should not, for any class, period, you should not have to have a specific armor just to see your radar aiming down sights. I don't know why the radar disappears when you aim down sights. It doesn't make sense. For snipers, I would understand. But the fact that they have that in the game, I just never understood it. It doesn't decrease the camping. It actually increases the camping. Because most people like me are playing... It forces me to play super cautious, which I don't like to do. I just want to run around and get kills. What's with all this? I have to shoulder peek right here. All this stuff I don't really want to do. You know, it forces me to pull out this burst action rifle. I think this is called the Vigilance Wing. And just sit back and try to pick people off because I can't run around like I really, really want to. And I believe that that is what they were trying to do, was decrease the camping, but they accidentally increased it. Because people are now not able to, you know, hold the angle on a corner and watch a corridor or something like that. They have to unscope, look around, and then the person running around the corner ends up getting the advantage on the person holding the angle. It makes no sense. So that's what happens. So a lot of times you get killed trying to look at your unscope and look at your radar, and then somebody runs around the corner. They have the, you know, the advantage of getting first shot off, and then you end up dying, and they have a little bit of their health left. So, with that being said, the Knucklehead Radar is by far the best exotic armor for Crucible, because you can see the radar, and now you can hold the angle, and now you're at a super high advantage, because people don't have that advantage. If you're playing as a Titan, you're not able to see your radar. If you're playing as a Warlock, you're not able to see your radar. I don't know about Warlock, though. I'm not going to speak out of turn. I don't think Warlock you can do that. They don't have armor for that too. I've never actually played as Warlock. I've only played as Hunter and Titan. And I was doing some public events earlier, and all I seen was Hunters and Titans. So that tells you right there what the best class is. you know, or the best class is, or characters, whatever you want to call it, for Destiny 2R, because nobody really wants to play as Warlock. Not that Warlock, that, you know, there's not somebody out there playing as Warlock, but for the most part, it's Hunter and Titan. And this brings me to my final point, which is, and for people who don't know this, in every first-person shooter they have what you call a hitbox, which is the area around your character's body where bullets will hit you and you'll take damage. So the Titan has a really big hitbox because he's a bigger, bulkier guy. He's got big armor, so he's a giant target. So you know, if you notice, if you play with your Titan, you take a lot of damage. And this again gives the advantage to the Hunter in Crucible, because the Hunter, whether you play male or female or not, has a super small hitbox, and it's very hard, especially at range, for people to hit you. And I couldn't even imagine, I've never actually tried this, but what would happen if you play with a female Hunter, as you're just looking like a little slender little snake. They're barely able to shoot you. It would probably be damn near impossible to shoot somebody at distance when they're a female character Hunter. So that's just my opinion on it. I don't think the Warlock, I think the Warlock has a mid-range hitbox to where he's not too bulky, but he's not too slender either. He's pretty much right in the middle. So that's just my opinion on it. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, gab.ai/Valrico, youtube.com/Valrico, and I'm out of this bitch. Peace.